So let me just talk about how I've been feeling these days. The last one was a rant about men, but today it's like I think it's more of reflection slash probably rant too. Let me get the rant out the way. I have issues with females that feel the need to hate on other females, and I don't understand the purpose behind it. It's like, I don't know where this need or feel for competition has started. I guess it's always been around. If you look at the Bible, the women were always kind of like competing for the men's approval and attention and whatever, but it's just still annoying because I feel like it's so unnecessary. I don't think any guy's worth anybody's competition or fighting over it. Just don't. I'm sorry. There's too many men in the world, that to choose from. It's just dumb. But even with that, I just feel like the idea of comparing and saying, well, she doesn't think she's all that because you might be insecure or you feel some kind of way about yourself. So therefore, you gotta, put your insecurities in a negative way. Instead of dealing with your insecurities, you're going to take out your insecurities and frustration on another female. You don't know her insecurities and issues that she has going on. You don't care. All you care about is how you feeling right now, and you're all in your feelings, and you're just going to bash her to make yourself feel better. That's the smartest thing in the world. It's just, I try so hard to be like a really nice person, a really good person, and it's just like I just don't understand when females and grown women, mind you, it just reverts back into like high school mode, middle school mode. I teach middle schoolers, and it's just like, when are we gonna see that this is how it just goes back to? And now it's getting younger because elementary kids are just being just as jerky and mean girly. I found out talking to some of my friends, but I don't know. It's just it's bothering me so much. So this is a situation. If you have a problem with somebody, that's one thing. But if it's out of how you think a person thinks about themselves or how you think they might feel that they're all that doesn't make any sense. And it's just like, I have had friends or so-called friends who I thought were my friends that are just straight up haters. And I just can't be happy for you. Can't be happy for you. You know what I'm saying? Can't congratulate you. Can't say, you know what, girl? Kudos to you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Something, I don't know. Something encouraging without some little snide, little backbiting, snarky remark or just something underlying. And I hate that so much. Hate it. When I have friends that are doing things or they're coming through some things, I feel so happy for them and I congratulate them, and because I want that karma to come back to me. I'd love for someone to do that for me, and I just want to put it out there for them. So I don't understand hate, because it's just like the more hate you put out there, the more hate you're going to get back and receive, and you're going to be a miserable ass person. I don't know. I'm sorry about this rant, but it's just like it's on my heart. But I don't know. It just feels like I've been through a lot of crap in my life, and people don't even know. Because I don't put it all on Facebook. I don't put it on social media. It's nobody's business. If you're my friend, you know what was going on because you take time enough to call me and see about me. But it's like, let me breathe. My counselor's always telling me, you gotta breathe. But it's just like, I guess I just feel like, people don't really know what goes on in your life. Your true friends do. They're the ones that have your back no matter what. They're not hating on you. It's the people that don't really know you. They don't really know your struggle and your pain, all the hurts that you've been through. They want to just hate. And I just feel like, for me, it's just like, moving back home with my parents, you know, that's humbling in and of itself. Working in an environment that is already difficult, I feel like going backwards, back in the classroom, not going towards my goal of being an administrator and stuff like that. That's another setback. Um, I'm pretty much a single mom, even though I was married, being divorced. It's like you're I don't know the so much of the single life as far as having children, having one and two children, and working full time. It's super hard, super hard, and you feel guilty all the time. You feel guilty because you work. You feel guilty because you don't. I'm sorry. You feel guilty because not only because you work, but you feel guilty because you have to work in order to make sure you have a good life for your kids, to pay for them to go to school and do all these things. You feel guilty for doing things you have to do. Why are you feeling guilty? Because you're not spending time with your child. But in order for you to spend time with your child, that means that you either have to, I don't know, quit your job, marry rich, or something like that. And, it's like all that stuff must be nice when you don't have to work and all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. It's just like, this is not the life I had planned for myself, and I think that's the part that's the part that bothers me. It's the expectation and the goals and the dreams I have for my life is not happening. The the opposite of what I wanted is happening, and I it's depressing. And then I don't think people really understand how depressed and how depressing I might feel, and um how sad I am. Like, I might smile, I might laugh, it might seem like I'm doing good and I'm doing well and I'm just kicking it and living my best life, but it's really not. I mean, it's like I'm happier because of being free now from the bondage, but it's like I'm sad because I'm sad that I'm not married anymore. I'm sad that I'm not a Mrs. So-and-so. I'm sad that my two girls won't have their dad in the house with them. I'm sad because of that. I'm sad that I have to work and I drive an hour to go to work. And I'm sad that when I get home, I only have like maybe 2 hours with them every day. And I'm sad that I'm exhausted all the time. And I'm sad that I get frustrated because it's like they take every minute of you. And then people make you feel even worse because they're like, you should be all about your kids, and it's like you should have no desires to have any time for yourself, and you want to, like, just, I don't know, have some kind of self-care, because I see why women drive off of cliffs with their kids in a car, because you know what? They probably had a long ass week. They probably work really hard. They probably have all these kids screaming and yelling, needing things, and they are tired, and they're so tired mentally and frustrated, and there's no one to help them. They drive them all off the cliff. I understand that. I never understood that until now, because I feel that same way. And not that I would like ever dream of driving off that cliff like them, or just whatever they might do, but it's like you understand that because it's like I can empathize with them. It gets to be too much sometimes. And what family need to know is like you can help and do all this stuff, but it's like internally you can't help what's inside a person. You can't help the thoughts and the things that are all twisted and gone on, and you can't help those things. And when you really feel like you think you should, like the advice, well, you need to do this, or you can't tell a person what they should or should not do, or how they should and shouldn't be, because you're not them. You've never been in their shoes. You're not the same person. All you can do is just say, you know what? I'm here for you. That's advice for people who are like around folks that have been divorced. Just say, just like anytime someone's dealing with death, I'm here for you. No advice. Because it's not the time. If they come to you for advice, then you give it. But unsolicited advice is the worst thing you could possibly do. Ever. Ever. It's just frustrating because it's like you feel like you're on an island on your own. You feel like nobody understands you. But it feels good when you finally meet people that have dealt with what you're dealing with and you talk to them and they're just like, yeah, I understand that. I've been there. And when you meet people like that, you cling to them. You cling to them like a life raft, that life preserver when you're drowning. It's just like, because you know what? They've been through it and they seem to have gotten through it. Even if they're going through it too, it's like, you know what? We can get through this together. So if people are trying to live their best life in the midst of all the chaos and crazy, let them. Because you have no idea what's going on in the inside. It may look like something on the outside. It may look like you think you have an idea, but you don't have an idea. You have no idea. It's just a face. We're trying to get to the place where we're totally free. And it may not look how you would do it or how you think it should be done, but let them figure it out. Because I'm just trying to figure it out. Just trying to figure out this life. Just trying to figure out this world. I can only take it one day at a time. I don't know what tomorrow's going to hold. And at this point, I don't even care. Because it's like, when I did have a plan and when I did have this mapped out goal of my 5-year plan and 10-year plan and all that, none of that crap worked. And none of that stuff happened. So it's like, I don't do that anymore. Because I just feel like I'm just going to be disappointed again. So I'll live for today. And when tomorrow comes, tomorrow comes. And I'll deal with tomorrow when it gets here. So, I came to be a rant. I really didn't want that to be another rant. I really wanted to be like really self-reflecting and deep and emotional, but not like so hard. But this is really therapeutic for me, and if anybody watches this, I don't even care if anybody, like 1 or 2 people watches this. If it helps somebody to know that somebody they may not know at all is dealing with something that they're dealing with too, and they might be feeling the same way, I'm just glad. Because I just had to get it out. So, and having said all that, I'm out. And until next time.